right. So this afternoon we've got three very brave lady with us who has gone through so much, in their journey of health journey, and they're all here really because they have a story to tell, right? And maybe you want to introduce yourselves. Maybe one by one, just introduce yourselves and how old you are and how many years you've been free in remission of breast cancer.
I'm Joyce. So I'm 44 years old this year. So I think I was diagnosed breast cancer in year 2002. So this year will be my second and a half year that I'm free for cancer.
Wow.
So good.
I'm ST, I'm 55 this year. I found out I had breast cancer in 2016. So this is my 9th year of victory.
Wow.
Hi, I'm Anita. I had breast cancer in 2021. I'm currently 2 years cancer free.
Wow. All right. I mean, this is such an amazing story, right, to share. Just wanted to find out, how did you all discover that you all have breast cancer?
Well, my cousin who was 30-ish years old found out that she had cancer. And she found out at a stage 2 to 3. She couldn't make it. After 3 years, she passed away. Wow. And just before she passed away, she reminded all of us to go for a checkup. So I went. My first mammogram was at 37 or 38 years old. Subsequently, I do mammogram every 2 years, ultrasound and mammogram. When I was 45, 2015, I did my mammogram beginning of the year. Everything was cleared. But in the end of the year, when I did self-check, I found out there was a small, tiny lump. It was so tiny that I felt that it was, maybe that's nothing. That was in December. So Chinese New Year 2016, when I did self-check again, I found out the size had grown. So I knew that it wasn't good. So I went to see Prof. Yip and had biopsy and found out that I had breast cancer, which is triple positive, ER, PR, and HER2 positive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So that means with the mammogram in the one year earlier.
Yeah, it wasn't detected at all.
Right.
Yeah.
And you did a self-check.
I did self-check. Usually I'll do self-check. Once or twice in a month. At the time I was pretty concerned, so I'll do it quite regular.
So it was so good that you were monitoring the size of the growth.
Yes.
Wow.
I really thank God for that knowledge and the ability for myself to be able to detect it. And here I am today sharing my story.
Yeah. And Esther, you were in what stage when you discovered?
Mine was stage 1 because it was very small, but because it's triple positive, so it's considered aggressive.
Right.
So the treatment was pretty long.
Right, okay. About Joyce?
Oh, I actually, prior to my diagnosis, I will do the body checkup annually because my family history. So one of my close auntie has passed away because of breast cancer. I will do a regular checkup with the ultrasound as well every year. But because due to the COVID pandemic in 2001, I escaped for 2 years. At the end of the year 2021, then I feel some painful and discomfort at my left side, nearby the armpit area. So I was so worried and decided to do a checkup again. When I do the self-check, I cannot detect anything because it's so tiny. Sometimes we can't feel it. So I go for the checkup, do the blood test with the breast tumor marker. The result was good. But the ultrasound did show a small lump with a grey color in my right breast. It's not left. Left is nothing. But based on the size and the shape, doctor said it still look good. So maybe we just come back after 6 months for the follow-up checkup. So after 6 months in May of 2022, I went for the follow-up checkup. Unfortunately, the lump is grow bigger and with the irregular shape. So it's not a good sign. Then we go for the biopsy test, everything, then it's found out it's a cancerous cell. So we go through all the surgery, chemo, radiotherapy. Then I was in stage 2B.
2B.
With ER, PR positive and HER2 negative.
Right. Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Joyce. What about Anita?
Well, I discovered it's also again self-examination. Okay, I'm a bit lazy lah. So when I shower, I self-examine because you know kill two birds one stone. You know you soap yourself. So I didn't realize anything until I decided to lose weight. I thought, oh, let's start exercising. Then I brought out the almighty. My sports bra, right? Then I put on my sports bra. Then there was a huge lump at the side because I remember putting on my sports bra and I wanted to do a piece of work first, you know, and I could feel the site. It was a huge lump, and then but I thank God in the sense that I felt it. It was hard, and I knew something was wrong. So again, I was diagnosed as stage 2B, triple positive. So it was because of the size, it was about 5 cm, so it's quite big. So chemo was very aggressive. Yeah, it was fast. I mean, as soon as I got the confirmation of the biopsy, by next week, I restarted my first chemo because it was just that fast.
So, I think the wonderful thing is that all three of you did self-checks. Yeah, regular self-checks, and you were very conscious to make sure that you just touch lah, just make sure that there was feel that there's nothing there. Yeah, and how has this journey, right? What would be something that you want to advise ladies? All of us, we may have our fears, to even do self-checks or neglect doing it. Yeah. So what would be some of your advice to ladies?
I think for me it is less painful and less shameful to do self-check because it's done in privacy. But once if you just neglect that little bit of touching of your private, which is your own body part, it's not worth going the pain of having 16 cycles of chemo, 1 year of chemo tabs, 13 hours surgery, and then the pain. As I was sharing with you all, I said my feet, because of the chemo, my feet, the skin peeled like a piece of paper. So try walking every step. It is horrifically pain. Until today, because of the chemo, yes, I'm a survivor. I have no more feelings in my fingertips. My nerves are dead, plus the toes. So I'm constantly walking and touching. Everything feels like pins and needle. I have not felt a single day for the last 2 years that I don't have pins and needles. You live with it. But if I have been more diligent, if I have been, it's the what if. So I just want to encourage ladies is early detection, self-check, it's nothing wrong. And I think it is really okay. I mean, it's nothing to be ashamed for. It is your body, but you just don't want to go through the chemo. Every Friday, 8:30 in the morning, you go there, do your blood test, 6 hours of chemo. The after effects, you don't even want to wake up.
The side effect.
The side effect. Yeah.
You had 16 rounds.
16 rounds plus 1 year of chemo tablets. That's 9 tablets a day.
Right.
5 in the morning, 4 in the evening. I don't know what I put into my body. It was just, and then don't talk about surgery, 13-hour surgery to take away the tumor and reconstruct and whatever that was needed.
Wow. What an experience. Yeah.
I don't wish it upon my worst enemy.
Sure.
Honestly.
That's exactly what I say when I was going through chemotherapy. I said, I will never wish this even for my worst enemy. That's true. There's one thing that I wanted to share with ladies is each time we go to a nice cafe, we have good food, right? The first thing we do is we take out our phone, we take photo, and a lot of women, friends, they will just put on WhatsApp chat, family chat, girlfriends group, and then you will recommend the food, you will recommend the good coffee. This is what we are trying to do here, ladies. We are creating this awareness. There's an opportunity for you to learn how to do self-check. Just like Anita said, you can do it while showering at night, routinely, maybe every 1st of the month, 15th of the month, do it regularly for yourself. And if there's any concern that maybe you feel there's a change in your breast, the size, or uncomfortableness, please go and check. Being afraid, hiding behind closed door doesn't mean that the cancer will go away. The best thing is to face it, and then here we are, the three of us. We are not only surviving, we are thriving, and we just want to share this, ladies. do go for checkups. Yeah.
And cancer doesn't choose its victim.
Exactly.
It's one of the most non-racist.
It doesn't discriminate.
Doesn't discriminate. Doesn't care you are what race or religion you are. It just picks its victim
That's
because we are negligent.
Yeah.
And I feel that having that awareness and that support that's also needed, especially I think if anything to motivate women to go for early detection or just go for mammogram or self-check is do you want to live for your children? Do you want to live for your daughters? Do you want to live for your son? Like my motivation to go through all that cycle and all that, I could choose to give up, because we all know the story, right? But I've got 3 wonderful daughters, and why not live for them, right? Let's live for them and let's make a difference, for me.
Yeah. What about Joyce? What's something that you want to advise or share with ladies?
Actually, I know from one of my the breast surgeon, I remember what she told me. The breast cancer actually is very treatable.
Yes.
So early detection is very important, and the early stage, the survival rate for the early stage, stage 1 and stage 2, if as high as 80%. So it's no very, she's no very and fear to face the cancer, even though we get to know it. So when you diagnose anything, you found anything, we just seek for the advice from the doctor, go through all the scanning, everything. Then it's really have come to the cancer, then we go through it in the early stage rather than at the last stage. So it's very heartbreaking when you see your friend at the last stage, then you're still fighting on without any help and any hope. Yeah.
I mean, since you mentioned mammogram also, right? There are some of us who are afraid to go for mammograms because we say that, wow, it's very painful. It's, wow, it's so difficult. Maybe you want to share your experience of mammograms. I'm sure you have done many mammograms since then.
Yeah. I think for me, okay, for an Asian woman, I think my size is
We're proud of our size.
Yeah.
I think we're proud of Asian size.
What I went through for all the years I did mammogram was it's uncomfortable, that's for sure, because that you are being pressed, and it's unnaturally being pressed. But it's not the kind of pain where you feel that it's piercing or okay, many of us have gone through ear piercing, nose piercing and all those. It's not even that kind of pain. Extracting of tooth, going for teeth filling and all those, it's not even that kind of level.
Yeah.
So it's uncomfortable, no doubt. And if you are the kind that you have never undressed in front of people before, it can be the first experience to me was very daunting. It's like, okay.
But my experience that the technician that does your breast mammogram are very professional.
Yes.
They don't like, all the different sizes. They don't embarrass you because I am very well endowed. I mean, this is really half the size what I used to have, and very well endowed. And it's always been, when you're going to school, wow, come tie up, that kind of thing. So it's true. I mean, it's true. I think that is more embarrassing than the mammogram. They're so professional. They're quick. It's a bit uncomfortable because you do like little funny poses, right? But I think the best part is coming out later, getting to know the result and go, okay, I'm okay. I just need to wait for another 2 years. I'm okay. It's the peace of mind to know that you've done the right thing. It's a peace of mind.
Actually, I just same as her. So I don't feel the pain, just discomfort. And it's very short, about 10 minutes. The adjust the size and the angle. So, but it's important, the peace of mind. Then you find nothing, then you are clear from cancer. There is a peace of mind from us.
So actually nowadays I look forward for my mammogram. It's non-negotiable. Especially being a survivor. Especially being a survivor.
Okay. Not me.
It's in me. I'm looking forward for it. Not because of anything to do with the technician. I'm sure she's very nice. But it's just that peace of mind.
Peace of mind,
to know that, because the recurrence, in case you don't want, because of lifestyle, you don't want to go back and have that every Friday appointment which I have to do for 6 hours. It's not something I want to go through. Yeah.
Right. I mean, we really, really appreciate all your sharing. It's been such an eye-opener, And through that sharing, we also realized that early detection
Yes.
is so important. Like Esti was in stage 1, both Anita and Joyce were in stage 2B, and which was very treatable, had a very good prognosis to it. And I think this is something that we want more women to be aware of, to find out early
Yes.
and to seek treatment early.
Yes.
Yeah, and the support is there as well. I think nowadays in our countries, whether in Singapore and Malaysia, the advancement of cancer treatment has gone up so much, and there's so much avenues, so many different avenues to tap into.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
yeah. So just one last thing, maybe you want to share, right, the age of your children when you detected breast cancer.
Mine was, I think, 17. The twins were 17. Twins were 17 going on to 18, and then the eldest daughter was 20.
Mine was 18, 15, and 11.
Mine was the youngest, 9 and 11.
Wow. I just want to end with this, that I'm so glad you all found out the diagnosis so much earlier, and you all have been cancer free for the many years that you all have been, and for many more years to come.
Amen.
And that your children, your family will still have you, and you will still be able to see them grow up and get married and have their own children. Yeah. So so this is an encouragement that it is treatable. We can fight breast cancer if we find out early, and you will still have a very fruitful and healthy life
Yes,
in
yes.
many more years to come.
Amen. Yes.
So thank you so much for sharing your story. Thank you so much for being here with us. And we hope that many more ladies will be more open to this breast cancer awareness,
Yes.
and also sign up for the talk.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
True.
And I always believe that, if there are so many things that we want to learn as a woman, so many different skills. One skill that we can give ourselves as a gift this year, birthday gift to ourselves, is to learn how to do self-check for ourselves. So this gift will be for the rest of our life.
Yeah, and there's nothing embarrassed about going for awareness talk, breast cancer awareness talk. There's nothing embarrassed about it. I mean, breast is a gift from God. We have this, and it's the only body part that we can actually feed our babies, right? It is and it's something, nothing to be embarrassed about. And I think knowledge is important. So I really encourage the women who are listening to this to please go for the talk, find out information. There's nothing to be embarrassed. Just because you go for a talk doesn't mean you have cancer, okay? But I think, who knows, with that knowledge you have, you could have blessed another woman who say, hey, I went for this talk, and these are some of the things I picked up. And I think it is important that women should support women, in that sense too. Let's guard our sisters, in that sense.
Yeah.
True.
Anything else, Jess? No? All right.
Thank
That's
you.
all from us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.